Alright, so winter 2022, I actually had couple solid anime, to say the very least. I think it was actually mainly carried by sequels and continuing anime like Osama Ranking. Now, and I had a couple, it still had a couple of good ones, and I just felt like I felt a sudden urge to give my opinions on them, whether people like it or not. Now these reviews won't be anything crazy, and it's just mainly a simple way of me giving my thoughts on them. The way this will be formatted, assuming I don't go off track later on, is that I'll first summarize the plot real quick, then I'll explain in a non-spoiler way on whether it's a recommended watch or not. After that, I'll give a more in-depth review. At the end of the video, I will create a ranked list of best to worst of the season, all based on my opinion. All of this will be timestamped, so you can just skip anything you don't want spoilers for. Now, I'm not a man of words. I have a pretty simple vocabulary, so if I repeat the same stuff over and over, well, who cares? Anyways, so another thing actually before I get into this is I need to emphasize, right, how this is purely opinion. And despite me saying this, I know there's going to be angry comments and shit like that. So in advance, fuck you. Also, I will be only going for anime that aired this season and not carrying over. So no Osama Ranking. It's a very good anime though, I will say that. And finally, I will be reviewing only the anime I finish or almost finish. Anything that I dropped in one episode will be like very quickly briefed over at once at the end. But yeah, anyways, let's get into the reviews. To start things off, right? One of the biggest main attractions of the season, Sono Bisque doll or My Dress Up Darling. And this anime was a huge talk throughout the season, ranging from angry shonen fans calling it out for its fan service and boring plots to some weebs calling it racist for marrying's tanning. To summarize the plot, Wakana Gojo loves making Hina dolls, is completely antisocial with not a single friend. Quite a relatable main character we got there, eh? One day he has a fateful encounter with one of the most popular girls in school, an eccentric and confident girl, Marin Kitagawa. Marin wants to be a cosplayer and cosplay her favorite anime characters, but doesn't have the skill to make outfits. She notices Gojo has some insane talent in making clothing, and thus he helps her make cosplay outfits. Relatively simple. Now, for the non-spoiler part, is My Dress Up Darling worth the watch? Short answer, fuck yes. Long answer, depends on whether you like slice of life or rom-coms. If you're an action or shonen fan who looks for lots of battles and drama, then I'm not even sure why you're looking at this anime in the first place. My Dress Up Darling is one of the most well-done rom-coms I've ever seen. It hits all the right tropes well, with an actually interesting female lead, and the male lead isn't the worst either, with his stunning talents. And not only that, but the anime also has insanely good art for rom-com. Thank you, Cloverworks, for that. And that's mainly all you need to know, to be honest. Like, if you want a good rom-com or a slice of life with cute characters, this is a must-watch. Is there fan service? Yes. Will you avoid it because you're afraid of tits? I'm just kidding. It's completely understandable if you don't like fan service. So just be warned in advance that yes, Sono Bisque doll has a decent amount of fan service. So if that's a huge turnoff, then don't watch it. Simple enough. Now for the more spoily part. There's not much I actually really need to add to this because I hit all the check marks back there. I will say that holy shit, episode 11, Kocho, my dude, calm the fuck down. Fan service may be excessive at certain parts of the anime, but I'm a horny guy, so I like it. I love all the characters in the anime, even little old timid Gojo. You know, it's actually crazy because both the main characters are actually 15 years old. Now, I usually hate pussy type characters like Gojo, with like little self-esteem, but Gojo was more bearable. Probably just because Amarin, who was one of my favorite rom-com main heroines, if I had to be completely honest, right? Her vibes are what carried the anime like crazy. Now, the romance may not progress much further other than the characters' individual monologues about how they love the other person, but I expected that while going to this anime. It's a rom-com adaptation based on a manga, so little progress was to be expected, right? In fact, I actually felt that this anime has faster progress than some other rom-coms out there. Now, I love this anime a lot. I rated it a solid 8 out of 10. Moving on to Rust Eater Bisco, or Sabikui Bisco. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but now I don't think this anime was talked about that much during the season, other than the occasional gay shippers going crazy over the main duo. Now I wasn't too crazy about the anime, but it was actually a decent watch. Basic summary is that there's a disease type shit called rust that fucks people up. People are made to believe that mushrooms are called that. However, mushroom keeper Koroshi Bisco is actually a member of a tribe that gets rid of this disease. Despite helping people, he's a widely known criminal. Now he teams up with local clinic doctor Milo Nekoyanagi to travel the land searching for a specific mushroom that will completely get rid of the disease. Non-spoiler review. The main duo are pretty cool dudes. The story is pretty simple to follow. Nothing complicated or anything like that. It's got kind of gay vibes going on, but it's not actually gay for the fellow homophobes out there. I'm just kidding. Now, it's a decent watch. I'd actually recommend it if you have nothing else to watch and just want to see two cool dudes shooting mushroom arrows and shit. And a more in-depth review. If there's one thing I really loved about the anime early on is the creative usage of animals for weaponry. The escargot plane and rhino mounts were cool as hell. It's something I wish they actually would have focused more on in the long run, because they kind of just left out the element of creativity late in the anime once the plot really started to kick in. I got kind of bored throughout the anime, to be completely honest. It had a strong start and decent ending, but in the middle, right before Bisco's death, I actually felt kind of unimpressive. The impact of them fighting the Rust Eater and the fight with the main villain was just so little that I was kind of just watching for the sake of watching at some point. The fight with Kurokawa was just kind of repeated bullshit for ways of him continuing to live and putting the main characters in some deep shit. Now, Bisco's death was one of the most surprising things. However, I actually thought that was a really surprising and well done twist. Now overall, I think it's a nice anime. I'll give credit to that, but overall, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Demon Slayer Season 2. Now, here's a big one that I know people are waiting to hear my thoughts about. Now, to those who have not seen Demon Slayer, basically, main character's family is massacred by demons, except for his sister, who suddenly becomes a demon. Main character decides to become a Demon Slayer. Woohoo! Roll credits, in order to find out a way to turn his sister back to a human. A non-spoiler review. It has amazing action, it's a generic shonen, it has decently cool characters. Would be nicer with less dialogue and monologue, creating bullshit long sequences during 5-second moments. And it had a lot of repeated moments going on, making everything happening so obvious. Well, it is kind of a shonen, but main character is about to die. Oh no, I sure wonder if he's actually gonna die or not. Insert flashback and family to save his life. It's just bullshit like that. Now, if you like action shonen, then yes, Demon Slayer is a must watch. It's like one of those perfect cookie cutter shonens with really good action. That's like suitable for all anime fans that actually like action, at least. Now the review. For just season 2. Okay, season 2 was huge on insane action sequences, but like season 1, it had that huge flaw of Tanjiro's bullshit logic to save himself. He'll either have a family flashback to save his ass, or he'll repeat the lines of "I must survive in order to save XX" and blah blah blah, or "I have to dodge this attack or else I would die" type of shit. Kind of felt like their way of reminding you that while we may have better action and animation than most shonens, that doesn't change the fact that we are a super generic shonen that will shove tropes down your throat with or without your consent. Madaki was kind of hot though. I 100% would smash. Now, Uzui was also cool enough, especially Base for having 3 wives. I kind of expected the dude to die at the end, but interestedly surprised when he actually didn't. Now, the sad backstory of the siblings was kind of the main like evil siblings. It's kind of a weird touch. I mean, because it was just kind of like, hey, yeah, they may have committed mass genocide and may have tried to kill the main characters, but they had a tragic life as humans. Now, overall, it was a really fun season, so it's an 8 out of 10 right there. Now, next up, we have Fantasy Bishoujo Juniku Ojisanto, or the English name being Life with an Ordinary Who Reincarnated into a Total Fantasy Knockout. Now, the simple description: two middle-aged men are sent into another world, but one of them turns into a very attractive girl. The goddess curses them to follow for each other until they beat the Demon King. Blah blah blah, yeah. Non-spoiler review. The comedy is great, but there's some unnecessary drama I really cannot stand. It mocks some generic isekai traits, which I actually found to be really funny. The characters themselves are okay. Not really ones that can be liked by everyone in my opinion, but wasn't too bad. They kind of set things up right for the comedy and stuff like that. If you want a really good comedy isekai, I do highly recommend this anime. Now, a review. Wow, the unnecessary drama at the end really got annoying. Up until Kingdom arc, I was having a great time, but the whole conflict of main characters' inferiority complex got pretty annoying. Like, I know it was the result of some plot by a demon general, but wow, it was really annoying to watch. The Kirito man was hella funny though, definitely one of my favorite characters, and the elf girl really did well in making hilarious scenes. All in all, I had a fun time with this anime. Gave it a solid 7 out of 10. Well, here's the biggest one people are probably here to hear about. Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2. Now, I think we all get the plot by now, but Season 1 plot, for those who haven't seen it, just be careful not to listen to anything after this little description because it's full of spoilers. Now, basically the plot is that plot of season 1 is that humanity lives behind walls in fear of man-eating titans outside. One day, a huge titan kicks a hole into the wall and all hell breaks loose. Main character friends become soldiers to slay titans. Non-spoiler review of this season right now. It's a very interesting... Oh, actually, never mind. Hold on. Non-spoiler review of the Attack on Titan in general. It's a very interesting anime with many plot twists and just so much insanely deep lore, with the perfect build up to it as well. It starts off with a relatively simple plot, and then they add more and more mystery elements, and suddenly you get this kind of just huge plot going on with so much history and all that shit going on. I feel like that part was really well done. Highly recommend Attack on Titan. Now the review of the latest season. I haven't seen the last episode yet, as of recording this video, but I will say that I really fucking love this season. Like, I've been loving every season before, so it's relatively simple for me to say that, but I really do love Attack on Titan for what it is. Like, the latest season with the rumbling shit and Yumir's backstory was just crazy as fuck. And there's just been amazing action like usual, and the return of Annie was a fucking great addition. Because I was hoping they didn't forget about her. It was a long ass time. Like usual, I think the season has been really good, but I am worried about how they will end things off. Either way, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10. Alright, next up is Tansei Oji no Akaji Koka Saisei Jutsu, or Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. Basic summary: King of Natura is sick, so main character becomes a temporary leader. He's a very capable and wise guy, but does not like doing work at all or being involved in trouble, and would rather sell off his kingdom. The non-spoiler summary: if you don't like political shit, this anime can get really boring. I hate political shit myself, but actually this anime was more bearable with it. Now, the main character really carries the show with his wise decisions and badassery at times. It's a pretty cool main character. I do highly recommend this anime if you like medieval type worlds with a smart main character. I will actually remind you that despite being a medieval type world, there's actually no magic in this world, if you're expecting that, because I know most of these type of settings there's always some sort of magic in it, but just keep in mind that this anime does not actually have any magic elements. Now the review. Some of the political shit gets a little confusing at times, so overall the political situations in this anime are easier to follow than other medieval type settings. And like I said before, Wayne really carries this anime so hard. He has really cool strategies and plans that create interesting surprises throughout the entire anime. It's also fun to see him successfully fail at his plans of not doing any work. The characters in this anime are all pretty solid, though I do kind of wish they went into a little more detail or backstories. And also Ninim's whole situation and backstory as well. Because There seems to be just so many places to explain some certain traits and whatever, but is never expanded upon, especially among the racism about Nanim's race and how she got involved with Wayne himself and why she decided to join him in the Natural Kingdom and the other dude that guards Wayne's little sister. I really wish to go into more detail about that. All that really shown throughout is that there seems to be some sort of racist look towards the white hair and all that shit, but they never really went into much detail. All you know is that a lot of people don't like them. But like overall, I gave the anime a solid 7 out of 10. Now, a great tragedy. I must bring up the disaster known as Arifureta Season 2. Now, I have no idea what this guy's a Season 2 considering how hilariously bad Season 1 was, but jeez, Season 2 just kicked down Season 1 in stupid bullshit. I have got to be a masochist to watch this entire thing. There's still one more episode, but I don't really care. I have decided I hate everything. You don't need to know the plot. Don't watch this either. It sucks. Thank you. Season 2 wasn't even funny, so it's just way worse. Also, the stupid bullshit of not killing a psychopath who assisted in almost murdering all of your classmates and ex-crush. Like, bruh. Fuck you, I hate you, Arifureta, and my suffering already, please, thank you. 4 out of 10. Next up is Vanitas no Carte, Season 2. Another anime with the handsome men duel. Now, I can't say I really like this anime that much, but it did make for an interesting watch to say the least. Like, I don't think it's necessarily bad or anything. I would still recommend it to people, but it was just kind of hard to watch for me. I wasn't really feeling anything other than pain while watching. God damn, stupid yandere shota boy, fucking hate that type of dude. Anyways, I really don't have much to explain why I didn't like it, but I think it's a decent anime at the very least. Cool characters, cute relationships and moments, fun dynamics, and good action. Personally, I give it a 6 out of 10. Now, next up on the list is Akebi-chan no Sailor Fuku, or Akebi-chan's Sailor Uniform. Now, this is just your average cute girls doing cute things, slice of life anime. Basic plot: Akebi goes into a high school in a more populated area after living in a rural farm area on the countryside. Now, she dreamed of wearing a sailor outfit because of her favorite idol, but she went into the high school with the sailor uniform despite the uniform being a blazer outfit. Is it worth the watch? Yes, if you like slice of life. It has cute art, or is good art and cute moments. It has some weird fetishes slided in at times, but otherwise it's just a really nice chill slice of life with insanely good art at times. Did I like it? No. What kind of? I mean, it hits right as a slice of life, but it was pretty cheesy and boring in my opinion. And there was no real good consistent comedy. The only thing that really kept me going was the art and the fact that I already started it, so I kind of wanted to finish. Overall, 6 out of 10. Now, the final anime on this list that I didn't drop is Koroshi Ai, or Love of Kill. Not a good anime, to be completely blunt and honest. The art style kind of fumbled, the female lead's design in my opinion, and just overall the plot was kind of meh. I don't really recommend it, like not at all. The romance is interesting, but there's really not much progress whatsoever. It's just one-sided throughout the entire way. I haven't seen the last episode yet, but it was still kind of meh. It was a kind of hard watch, but I still somehow got through. If you're expecting romance from this, really don't. Like, the male lead obviously loves the main character for some odd reason, but she barely likes him back. You can tell her relationship with him gets better later on, but it's still a hard watch, and I really don't recommend anyone to watch this. 5 out of 10. Alright, now before we get into the final rankings, I just want to mention some anime I dropped. Now, just because I dropped the anime doesn't mean they're necessarily bad. I just did not feel like watching it. There's so much anime going on in the seasons. I didn't want to watch everything that was slightly decent. Sasaki to Miyano. It's a good boys love anime. I'm not homophobic, I just didn't want to watch it. It's cute enough. It's an actually well done boys love anime. So if you like boys love, there we go. I don't think they fetishize the relationship either, so it's also a poggers, because that seems to be a huge anime or huge issue with a lot of gay relationships in anime, is that you love fetishizing it. Yes, that's the word. Yes. Okay. Anyways, next one, Leodale no Daichi Nite. It's the thing with the blonde chick in the isekai. It's I'll be completely honest, pretty bad art style, somewhat cute expressions. Comedy is pretty generic stuff, so it doesn't really hit well all the time. And then, you know, slice of life stuff. I just got kind of bored as hell while watching it, so I just dropped it. Pre-Kong Season 2, Princess Connect Season 2. Not a horrible anime for an anime based off gacha game, but I was honestly not feeling the childish games and shit like that. The childish vibes, I would say. I mean, it's like relatively something you could watch around kids. But overall, I got kind of bored and it was getting kind of too cheesy for me, so I dropped it. Now, oh god, the last one. She professed herself as the wise man's disciple. Now, fuck you, god damn it. Who the hell adapted this manga? Like the manga was good, okay? I'll say this, the manga was actually pretty good. I had an enjoyable read for the most part. Holy shit, it just completely fucked up the adaptation. It just, wow. I dropped in like 3 episodes or so. I wanted to keep watching it because I liked the manga, but holy shit, they fucked it up. Alright, time for rankings. Now, if you disagree, fuck you, this is just my opinion and you're wrong. Number 1, Attack on Titan, just because it's Attack on Titan. Number 2, Demon Slayer, just because I really liked action and made all my Sundays really hype along with Attack on Titan. Just overall good shit. Number 3, Sono Bisque. Now, why didn't I put this above Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan? No specific reason. I actually just prefer watching action anime over rom-coms for the most part. I actually like reading rom-coms way more than action, but if it's in terms of anime, like, just action just makes it more enjoyable for me. But that doesn't mean I think Sono Bisque is like much worse than those two. I actually think in terms of like some elements, it's probably better than Demon Slayer, but the overall enjoyable elements and just the dopamine, Demon Slayer just gives more with the insane action scenes. Like, thank you, Football, for that. If the action scenes weren't that good this season, yeah, then obviously Sono Bisque would be over Demon Slayer. But number 4, Tensei OG, the Genius Prince one. Now, I from after Sono Bisque everything is kind of just mid in my general. In general, because I actually feel like this season didn't have a huge variety of amazing anime. So, because I'm not too sure about previous seasons for comparison, but I know some previous seasons would have some like insane amount of good anime all at once. But this one, I only have 10 on this rank list. I'll be completely honest, and only 3 of those are actually stuff that I love to hell, like crazily love. If Osama ranking was here, it would be insanely high on the list, but I left it out just because it's not really a winter 2022 anime. And number 4, Tensei OG, is because I actually did really like the anime. I really like the main character. He made things a lot more enjoyable. Number 5, Fantasy Bishoujo. It was funny. That really helps it a lot. Like, I love a good comedy. If it makes me laugh, then you're getting so many bonus points for that. Number 6, Vanitas no Carte. While I may not liked it that much, it still had pretty good action, really good art, very cute expressions and relationships. And music was also pretty chill. Had a lot of beautiful aesthetics, I'll say that. So like that also really helped it. While I did kind of find it hard to watch at points, I do think it was aesthetically pleasing. Number 7, Sabikui Bisco. I'll say that. Fucking god, Jesus Christ. Koroshi Bisco, it was a good anime. But it's overall it's below Vanitas no Carte, just because it doesn't have like more beautiful aesthetic. I kind of feel like Vanitas no Carte and Sabikui Bisco are kind of even. Also kind of maybe on the same scale as Fantasy Bishoujo. Those three were kind of hard for me to decide on a ranking, but overall I put Sabikui Bisco at the lowest, just because it didn't have as good art and with the CGI boss. But I feel like that's becoming more common in anime lately, and I really hate that fact. The CGI monsters and shit just they are the worst. Number 8, Akebi-chan. It has good art. That's literally why it's above anything else. Oh, actually, never mind. It's not even just because of the art. It's because number 9 and 10 both suck ass. Number 9, Koroshi Ai. The only reason it's number 9 and not number 10 is because number 10 is Arifureta, and nothing could be worse than that right now in this season. Like, holy shit, like, it's amazing. It's amazing how bad it is. That's, wow. I'm fine with the edginess in Arifureta. Like, oh, I'm absolutely fine with edginess. But you do it right. Do the edginess right. Like, kill the people trying to commit murders. Kill the villains. Do it in the gory way. Torture them. I don't care. I'm fine with the edginess. Why would you? I mean, the psychopath was 1 foot away from your gun. All you had to do was press the trigger. Why didn't you kill her? What's the point? Anyways, yeah. Those are my reviews and shit of Winter 22. Am I going to continue doing this in the future? I have no fucking idea. I kind of really just did this on a whim. I was like, I got free time, but not really. But I want to push off my responsibilities. So yeah, he let me write a video. Write a script for a video and then record it. Why not? I mean, let's just waste more time. Like, why the fuck not? I might do this in the future, depending on how this goes, how I feel about it. But anyways, yeah. But like the video if you liked it. If you disagree with my opinions, fuck you. You can post in the comments. I don't like arguing people on opinions and shit. Like, this is all subjective. Like, oh, you tell me that you liked fucking Akebi-chan more than Demon Slayer. Okay, good for you. I don't care. I like Demon Slayer more. So what? But anyways, yeah, we'll see you in a different video. See y'all.